Evening, how's it going? Bosty bro, how are you doing, mate? The broadcast has just switched on here. NZ Benny, g'day, mate. Who are you guys tipping for this one? I have a feeling I tipped the Rebels, but I'll have to double check. This one, I think. I don't know, I'm hopeful this one can be a cracker. I'm hopeful. What can I say? What can I say? Ever the optimist. YOLO Bug Man, you got your beer ready? Sorry, I started getting a bit frazzled trying to get all my gear together. Yeah, I picked the Rebels. Jasmine, how are you doing? How are things in sunny Hamilton? Tomo, evening man. Up the Rebels. Yeah, I've picked them by 7, so let's hope they can keep my Super Brew intact. Unc Gargoyle, good morning, good evening, mate. YOLO Brug, what are you drinking, man? I've got the Irish beers tonight. Daramundi, how was the rest of the game this morning? Fell back asleep about 10 minutes after I joined the stream. You made the right choice, man. You made the right choice. This morning we got up early to watch Edinburgh take on Glasgow. All Scottish affair after a 30 points to 15 game last week. It was a rematch, a double header kind of thing, and it was not primetime viewing, to be honest. Big Will, you just watched that Gaza Patreon video. Good stuff. Good stuff. I said I would do it. Get him to react to some of the comments. So I thought, finally get it done, man. While I had him available. So yeah, he loves it. He loves it. Yellow Bugs on the Steinies. Good man. I'm going to crack open a beer myself. Fleshin', how are you, mate? You're on the water. Okay, it's early. Not too bad here. What's not Mum saying before the comment disappears? Got rid of a load of rubbish. I think half of Hamilton was there. It took about 30 minutes to get in, 30 minutes to get out of pay. Oh, goodness me. Leo, mates, I'm doing all right. It's been a better day, seeing as I didn't have to do any day job work. Well, I did have to do a little bit, but not too much. Tars by 17, says Scooter. Goodness me. Doesn't seem like Edinburgh Glasgow was a good watch. Forgettable. So Brumbies fan, I hope the Tars get it done. The Rebels can be a bogey team for the Brums. That's fair logic. I think the Tars will win this one or they're out. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Mom says we discovered we have a rat or more in our shed. If you caught one, there's more than one. That's for sure. When I had an apartment in China, you better believe there was a rat living there with me. And it took some time to get rid of. Evening Morning People says, Josh, mate, sorry you got up to watch the Scottish Derby. Missed it, but saw the score and thought, sheesh, it wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty. Callum, with the Munster emblem, how's it going, mate? I am drinking Kilkenny tonight, which I don't think is a particularly... it's a Dublin beer. It's not so much a Cork thing, so it's Irish. Wrong part of Ireland. How's it going, though? Oh, I forgot the Kilkennys always do that. The Ramones about halfway through the Gaza video got the Rebels by 3. Plus trying some new Tasmanian beer because I think you're try something new. Try something new. That's what we do. Yeah, I put the Gaza video on Patreon. I will put it on YouTube at some point. I started it on Patreon. Tars by 10 says Fleshin'. The game last night was a nightmare. It's the same day for me, man. So I'm living the same nightmare. Tom Gordon almost decapitated Darcy Graham was the highlight of the weekend. But yeah, you're right. The chat got us through it. This game has just kicked off. If you are looking to pause me so we match up with it, I am at 15 seconds right now. Big Will is in the house. Nov Mum says, yes, he was missed for yesterday's game and he's put through $10 Australian. Cheers, man. BS for Gaza. Love the Patreon video. You might need to chuck Gaza on the 2 cents payroll. He's on the pension, man. He's got that pension money. But cheers, man. I'll let him know that I owe him a beer or two. He does love it. He loves talking rugby stuff. So he was a little bit nervous before doing that video because I didn't tell him what the feedback was like. He was like, oh, geez, this is going to be criticism corner, isn't it? Because I've told him, you know, sometimes when you do videos on YouTube, people can be pretty brutal. But nah, the feedback was really good. Callum says, come on, the Tars. Everyone's supporting the Tars tonight. Come on, man. I picked the Rebels. Hope the Rebels win, but I find it very hard. Which team to dislike the most, the Rebels or the Tars? Lose, innit? Yo, Big Will and 2 cents is Batman. Good evening, man. Nice food takeaway. Says, go the Rebels. All right, we got one other Rebels supporter in the house. I'm not really fussed. Batman says, Big Will is a god, guys. Big Will won some stuff on another rugby stream, a Pro 14 one. He was commenting and they picked his comment as the best one. So, yeah. People like what Big Will says. What can we say? Ethan, how's it going, man? And 11J said, how are you, sir? Jonathan, mate. I hope it's a better day because I remember you said the weather yesterday was a bit average. Auckland today, bloody beautiful. Absolutely fantastic weather. This game is 2 minutes and 12 seconds in. And the Rebels are going to have a shot at 3 points if you're not watching. That was Big Will on Under the Sticks. What did you win? Exactly. Yeah, they said get in touch and you can get some kit or some gear or something. Eduardo Waratahs wants the Rebels to win. There you go. Leo doesn't really care what the score is, but you have a Tars jersey from 2013, so you got a soft spot. There's always that kind of connection that you can get with teams, man. It can be something really random. You met one of the players or something. Tamua's kick is over. 3 minutes in. Rebels are in front. 3-0. Is that real crowd noise or is that fake? Because it sounded pretty loud. But there's a few people there. Ethan, I'm pretty well, man. Had a pretty good day. Rebels by 5 and got Big Pond there to score the final try. That'd be glorious. Let's go, Rebels. Show me that Melbourne magic. Here we go. Finally, we get some people back in the Rebels. Well, to be honest, the Tars are actually more of my team. Because I've seen them play. My best mate in China was an Aussie guy, and he was a big Tars fan. What do I think about Dylan Hunt joining the Blues? The Blues have got an interesting recruitment strategy, I have to admit. It's like somebody in their bright ideas was like, we've got Peter Feta, we've got Otsede Black, we've got Harry Plummer, we've got Bowden Barrett, we need to sign Dan Carter. We need to have all the first fives. And then someone looked at the Blues back row, which has got Robinson, Ioane, Sotutu, Gibson, Papali'i, and went, what we need is more back rowers. I ain't complaining. He's a good player, but I don't think that was exactly an area of weakness. Maybe maybe some of those guys are off contract and leaving. I don't know. Random connections. I'm a Canes fan because Milner Scudder was the first name I learned in rugby. There you go. Same deal. You hear about Chadwick Boseman? He's the Black Panther guy, eh? Yes, I did hear about that. That was on the news over here. He was tragically young to be passing away of cancer. I mean, I know people younger than him pass away, but Damn, man. It's pretty tragic. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen any Marvel movies since like Iron Man 2. Basically, as soon as I had kids, there were no more Marvel movies. Maybe even before kids. Not sure, but I think it's either clothing or compression gear. Do they know they're going to have to ship it all the way to Australia? Chris, how's it going, man? Alaran, how is it going? Gaza is out, unfortunately. These Aussie games are a touch too late for him. Rebels by 10, says Tian. It's the Tars on the attack at the moment. They got advantage. They're about 2 meters out. The Rebels defense is going to have to... Oh, nah, too easy. Gordon straight through under the sticks. Straight through. Too easy. Opened up like the Red Sea. I just wrote down Jordan. I'm too used to writing bloody Will Jordan. I ain't writing his name on the whiteboard until they kick the conversion, but that's a sure thing try. Highlanders are my Super Rugby team as they won the first Super Rugby game you watched. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you can support a team for the most random of reasons. A nice jersey, a favorite player. Sometimes you don't even like the team, you just like one of the players. A city they play in. It could be anything, man. Like, I watch a bit of ice hockey, and I watched the New York Islanders because they won a playoff series for like the first time in years. Just happened to be the day that I was like watching them play. They had like an overtime goal, and I was like, man, that's awesome. So, yep. It can happen that way. Chris just had some brunch. Any biltong or not today? Jimmy, mate, how's it going? Did I hear that Hooper's gone for 6 months? Yep. I think that was in some contract he had when they agreed to cut his salary because he's on a really big pay packet. There was a stipulation in there that he could go to Japan for 6 months and earn some coin to make up for it. Mark says, good morning, 2 cents. Nice haircut. I did buzz the sides a wee bit. And there's a bit of handbags going on this one. I took a chunk out of the back without the guard on, so I've got a big chunk out from behind my left ear because I cut my own hair, and yeah, it looks pretty ridiculous. So I had to cut the back and sides a wee bit shorter to try and mask it. But there you go. I chose the Chiefs this season of Super Rugby. Maybe not the best choice, Josh. They were second favourites to win it, and it didn't go well. The Tars have just got told off for escalating, apparently. I'm going to go Waratahs or Rebels, or who knows. It's one of those games, not mum. Star Leo, hello. 7 points to 3 already. This game is a cracking one thus far. There you go. I try to support teams with the same colours or names as my hometown teams. So the New York Rangers, support because you support Rangers. Spurs, since I like Tottenham. And the New Zealand Warriors in the NRL. Supporting the New Zealand Warriors in the NRL, that's brave. That's a perpetual disappointment. Oh, Tamua's penalties off the post. No biltong in Austria, unfortunately. I refuse to believe there's no biltong in Austria. Come on, man. You got to be able to get... If I can get biltong in New Zealand, you can get biltong in Austria. Come on, man. Got the Rebels in this one. Coin toss by the looks. Yeah, so far, mate. I'll actually have to have a look on Super Rugby as to who was tipped more, but yeah, I also picked the Rebels. 3-7, that's basically the game done and dusted if the game was held in Scotland. Yeah, this morning's one took a while to go through those points. There was another game earlier this week, Bath against Northampton, and that was like 3-3 for about an hour. So this game, in the scheme of things, is travelling like lightning at a point a minute. So is supporting Glasgow, the Highlanders, Rangers, so you're used to it now. Fair enough. And the New York Rangers went out prior to the playoffs in the hockey, so there you go. Warriors Edinburgh was a dour affair last night. It was. That's why I say this game's lightning so far. If you support the Warriors, you're destined for disappointment. Yeah. Petition to rename the Blues the Auckland Tens. Yeah, pretty much. We just need to sign Moonga, Garden Bishop, Mitch Hunt, Josh Yuan. Just give us all the tens. Put Mitch Hunt at 9, Moonga at 10. We can have Plummer at 12. Who's big enough to play 13? Garden Bishop's a bit of a unit. He can play 13. Bodie at fullback. Maybe Fletcher Smith on the wing, if we can sign him. Northern Hemisphere teams are still shaking off some rust. Yeah. But it was weird because the previous week, the same two teams scored 45 points between them. And then this morning it was a bit... I don't know. I guess they made some changes, so... a bit disruptive. Lucky you didn't get up early. Yes, you made the right call, buddy. Watched the Brumbies game straight after the Glasgow game, and the Brumbies looked like the Crusaders after that poor showing. Yeah, the Brumbies are still looking the best team, I think, but I don't think that they're looking unbeatable. You can take Garden Bishop for free. I think they've just re-signed him, actually. I think he signed an extension. My dad is an Aussie, hence why I support the Tars. But anyway, he makes biltong. There you go, Chris. If Callum's got biltong in Ireland, you must be able to get biltong in Austria. Liam popping in to say hi. Unfortunately, I can't stay. All good, man. Enjoy the rest of your day in South Africa. Hope it's a good one. Chiefs for me, as I got a training shirt cheap from eBay, and then the great Gats arrives. The Waikato connection. Yep, and then he returned and had a poor season. What do you think about the Reds getting Suliasi from the Storm? I've heard he's good, but that's about it. I don't follow enough league to be able to properly comment. Maybe you can tell me. Kearns in his usual Tars froth. He can't help it, man. He doesn't know he's doing it. It's like a tick, you know? You don't know you're doing it. Or if you know you're doing it, you can't stop it. It's just in him. It's just who he is. At least Garner Bishop can improve because he sets the bar low. You can't get any lower. Oh, damn. Shots have been fired. Gordon looked like he was going to run away with a loose ball from a scrum there, but there's been a knock on. So we'll have another scrum. In that game this morning, Edinburgh, Glasgow, we had, how many scrums was it? 15. 15 scrums. And I would say probably 4 or 5 of them got reset. So essentially 20 scrums, a minute each. About 20 minutes of scrummaging. And how many lineouts was it? 27. A lot of set piece on display. If you're a fan of set piece, that was the game for you. Sunny weather reminds you of Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere, since whenever we see snow, it reminds us of Christmas here. It's about 20 euros per kilo of beef over here. How much is beef over here? Beef's not cheap, that's for sure, even though we got lots of cows. Sunny weather, yeah, it's Christmas. Beach. Barbecue. Sunblock. Definitely. Huge high-flying winger with great carries and strong fast running. Sounds like a good signing, bro. Scrums are only fun when you keep winning them. I don't mind a good scrum. Like, scrums can be a perfect, like, set piece. Get all the forwards in one place. Sweet backline move. Unlock the opposition. Call for a scrum, you know. But sometimes they just slow things right down. And this was the case of that this morning. Support Bay, plenty Mitre 10 Cup Monster. Pro 14, Vegas Golden Knights, Oklahoma City Thunder, NBA, Minnesota Vikings, NFL, Tottenham Hotspur, and the Western Force. That's a mixed bag of very successful and less successful teams. Well, I don't know about very successful. Moderately successful. Sunblock. Bro, yes. New Zealand sun's terrible. You know that. Come on. Lamb is more expensive here. Lamb and beef are both pretty expensive in New Zealand. I forget the price per kilo, because usually it is my wife that chooses the cuts of meat that we buy. Deegan. Come on, Deegan. Do something. He tries to step Maddox and gets tackled, and the Waratahs have won a turnover. That's Harry Johnson-Holmes. Ginger Ninja. The question is, can he code change? Lots of players struggle with that, like Burgess. Yeah, man, it's a tough one. Burgess basically said in an interview that he signed for Union, I think because he was in a bad place with the Rabbitohs at that time, and he just didn't do any research, didn't do enough prep, didn't do enough thinking about it. He just kind of blindly signed and was expected to... Oh, beautiful line-out set play to Gordon. I think that offload to Hooper's probably a touch forward. And it's forward. It was pretty slick. What was I talking about? I got distracted by that beautiful line-out set play. Oh, yeah, Burgess. Yeah, he just didn't do his prep work. He put himself in the deep end and didn't really swim. A month ago, we had scrum on the 5 meter line. We pushed them back to get over scrum for us. Did the same. Got to try. Yeah, scrums can be fun, but the ones this morning were not. Ben lamb is the most expensive. Lamb is so tasty, so is beef. I've sold my wife on lamb. She never used to like lamb. I remember cooking lamb for her years ago. One of the first meals I ever cooked for her, and she was like, now she's fully sold on lamb. She's like, let's get some lamb. And I'm like, chicken's cheaper. And she's like, middle finger, get the lamb. Are you telling me I can't spend this money on lamb? Yeah. What's the game clock again? We are at 19:25. Taz Hooker used my haircut advice. What I will say, if you're going to do your own hair, either you need the 2 mirrors thing, so you can see what you're doing, or you need someone to help you with the back. Because just doing it by feeling, without the guard on the clippers, leads to chunks out of your hair that look very silly. Lucky we're in lockdown. I'm not going to the office anytime soon. This game's doing enough to keep me happy so far. It's moving. Tars, I think, got a bit more momentum. Middle finger gets the lamb sounds like Gordon Ramsay. Like, my missus doesn't get angry about much stuff, but if you tell her she can't have the food that she wants, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that ever. Just buy it. But honestly, chicken that day was on, like, it was like $5 for so much chicken. And she was just like, because it was short dated. It had to be used like the next day. And I was like, bro, I'll do this with it, I'll do that with it. And she was just like, I want the lamb. I know it's more expensive, but I want the lamb. Wife is Chinese, right? Many of the friends here in Hong Kong aren't used to the flavour lamb. Yeah, she is, but she's been in New Zealand like, I don't know, what, 6 years now? I was in China for 7. She's almost caught me as to how many years we've been in each other's countries, so yeah. Scottish lamb is the best in my opinion as a Scottish sheep farmer. New Zealand lamb's not bad. We are known for our sheep. I don't know what Welsh lamb is like, also known for their sheep. 2 cents wife flipping him off like 2 cents flips off the TMO. It's just like a chain of flipping off, man. She flips me off, I flip the TMO off, TMO off goes and flips off somebody else. It's a happy chain of events. I have to take my head off for the Super Rugby AU for having finals. I think they've done it the right way. Because if you have like first play fourth and second play third, only fifth doesn't make it, that would be ridiculous. But having a first go automatically through and then second play third for a spot, I think it works pretty well. Always wondered what your in-laws think of you. I think they think I'm alright. They treat me really well. I try my best to communicate with them in Chinese, but they speak in a dialect, which is a lot harder for me to understand. So my communication level with them is not great. It's like conversational. If they can speak Mandarin to me, I can understand them, but geez, is that another try? Is that Dempsey? He doesn't look happy. After 9 phases, man, the Tars have been all over them. I guess it'd be like, imagine, I don't know, a Scotsman or an Irishman or even an Aussie from the outback with a really, really strong accent, and you're asking them, you need to speak like the Queen, otherwise I can't understand you. It's hard for them to just switch accents, right? It's like my in-laws trying to switch to Mandarin from their local dialect. That's a try, right? Why does he not look happy? Surely that's a try. Come on. Hopefully you're getting the best cheap cut slow cooked lamb is the best. You gotta slow cook it, man. I also eat a lot of mutton, which is very good if cooked correctly. Yeah, agree. I'm adamant there's a link to a sheep population and a love of rugby. I think so. I think Burgess was a bit more than he can chew. He was too technical for him. He was a crash and bash player in league. That's probably right. From what he talked about, he made it sound like he was just caught out of position too much and whatnot. My Super Brew at the minute is looking a bit shocking. What can I say? I met this Scottish couple in a bar and I couldn't understand them at all. Couldn't understand the man at all. Okay, fair enough. If I was told to speak the Queen's English, the person who requested it would be murdered on the spot. It's kind of like my in-laws when I never tell them to speak Mandarin, but if I ask them to, they'd probably look at me like they wanted to flip me off. Rebels haven't really been in this game. No, they've been on the back foot a lot. Well, we just call this the cooking show. Sorry, Callum, man. We get distracted by the most random stuff when watching rugby. I don't know what it is. I get very easily distracted. There is a rugby game on. Why was the TMO needed for that try? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because Dempsey just looked like he'd knocked the ball on. He looked guilty. Don't know. Do I watch rugby in the living room? Yes, this is the living room. This is where I watch the rugby, and this little corner is where I set up all my stuff. So people need to stay away from my stuff, basically. Otto just joined. How's it going, Otto? We are 25 minutes in. It's the Tars dominating the Rebels thus far. The Rebels have been pretty lackluster in front of a decent crowd at Leichhardt Oval. There's a little bit of a game of forceback going on. And Maddox has got a bit of a bigger boot than I gave him credit for. Oh, that is brutal. The Rebels were going for a 50-22 and it went out by not even a metre. Goodness me. My mum's grandma wouldn't speak English. She was Welsh, even though she lived in England for 10 years. Yeah, man. My in-laws will speak a very sneaky little bit of Mandarin to me, like really broken Mandarin. Like, just imagine trying to do an impersonation of the Queen's English. You wouldn't sound very authentic when nobody else is around and they really need me to understand what they're saying. If I can't get it from their dialect, they'll just quietly speak some Mandarin to me. Because Chinese people are quite... What's the word? Like, they look down on people who speak Mandarin badly. Like, if you speak Mandarin with a real accent, or if it's kind of like broken Mandarin, they will think you're like uneducated. Dempsey's having a great game. I think Dempsey's been having a pretty good season, man. Was he on the list of the players of national interest? I can't recall. That kick hurt, yeah. That kick was a tough one for the Rebels. Otto just woke up, put on the rugby and saw we were streaming. Good man. You're just getting up. I'm going to be in bed in the next, I don't know, 90 minutes. Almost awesome. That's the best way to describe that kick, yeah. How did the game go today, honey? I put in an almost awesome kick for a 50-22. Here we go. Korobidi, come on, man. Put the hammer down. Oh, he can't quite beat him. Hodges there running support under. They're in the 22. Ooh, knock on. Bugger. I think somebody's leg might have bumped that ball. Try going to Paris and speak school level French. And then I guess you'll probably feel rather looked down upon. Wouldn't French people just be happy that you're making an effort? Oh, no, it was Hodge. Maybe not leaving the ball alone enough. Will Harrison next Australian number 10? Possibly. Lolosio needs a crack as well, maybe. I hope the Rebels had a look at the table. They need to win this game. Yeah, they could certainly use a win. Had a bit of a similar experience with my girlfriend's parents. They speak Polish, but only they have their own dialect of the area, and I can understand a bit. But I couldn't talk to them to save my life. Similar deal, man. I can speak Mandarin. My in-laws can understand Mandarin. They speak a dialect which is in the same language family as Mandarin. But it's different enough that I can't understand everything they say. Man, some great play from the Tars. Scrum, 3 passes. Ram puts in a nice little run. He kicks over the top of Hodge. Hodge tries to take him out. Fails. Tamua ends up bumping the ball into touch, I think. So it is going to be, or it's come off Korobedi maybe. It's going to be a Tars line out, surely. Are you going to watch Sale Bristol game today? No, I don't think so. I feel like that's on at a pretty horrible hour for me here in New Zealand. I'm going to get up and watch Leinster Ulster, which is at 6:30 my time. I don't know 1.5 languages. What's the half? Not in Paris, mate. They think we should all be perfect. Well, that's not encouraging. That doesn't make you want to learn. I reckon the Waratahs are in for a third here. They got all the momentum. The Rebels' defense is just going... It's on skates, man. They're just going backwards. Harry Johnson-Arms has gone close. Next one. Next one will get it. Oh, it's too slow. Nah. Quicker ball than that, man. Come on. Robertson's short. Nah. One more. Nah, way too slow. Oh, they've knocked it on there. Jesus. Me, slightly forward Mandarin. My Chinese friends, you effing idiot. Sale game is at 2 in New Zealand. Yeah, I'm going to give that one a miss. Most languages I know Spanish fairly fluent, but I spent time outside of school and it should be more conversational. Yeah. Oh, Tongan. Nice. Speak 3 languages. Main language is Afrikaans, secondary is English, third is P language. Scooter 17 is looking good, yeah. I think that in countries which are less dominant culturally, if you try to speak their language, they'll appreciate it way more than in countries like France or Spain. Maybe. Oh, when I'm in China, bro, I can be like, ni hao, and someone's like, bro, your Chinese is amazing. I'll be like, okay, I literally just said hello. Maybe it depends where you go in China, at least where I lived. People would be like, bro, you are fantastic. It was quite encouraging, but maybe a little bit like patronizing. A bit of the attitude like our language is so hard, the fact that you can say hello means you must be pretty clever. I remember listening to my husband speaking Dutch to his parents on the phone, and words just sounded like one long word. Now I can pick out the words and get the gist of what he's saying. It's just that exposure, eh? Your ears just get good at it. Oh, the exit from the Rebels is a bit of a stinker. So the Tars are going to be right back on the attack on 32 minutes. Any idea why Semi-Randra is missing for Bristol today? I think they are putting in regulations about how many minutes the guys can play, and I think he's played full 80s for his first 2 games, so I think he's due a break. Like, it's a player safety thing. Because the games are in such quick succession, they're not allowed to amass too many minutes, I think. I try to speak English, although with a Glaswegian accent, it isn't understood anywhere other than Glasgow. I can speak most of Italian since your grandpa speaks it. It's all he speaks. That's also a valuable way to practice your language, is to practice with somebody who doesn't speak your mother tongue. You're forced to use their language. Rebels have been defending for almost the entire game. I'm quite keen to see the stats at half time. Can get by in Welsh a bit, can speak a lot of Spanish, and forgotten most of your French. Again, man, if you don't use it, you lose it. I've always wanted to learn the South African language, Kosa, because the way they incorporate clicks into the language, so fascinating. Long list of languages you want to learn. Languages are a tough thing, man. They are a tough thing to learn. Like, my Chinese has gotten a lot worse since I've been here because I just don't use it, man. Don't use it anywhere near enough. I spoke Chinese to my boy on the bus one day to try to get him to practice his Chinese, and he just looked at me like, Dad, speak English, man. Come on. What are you doing? I'm fluent in Justin Marshall. Boomfa. Bowden. Oh, me, oh, my. I enjoy one. Yes, boy. I can swear in Polish, as you work with some great Polish lads. Yeah. I can swear in a few languages, I think. They cannot play 3 80-minute games straight. Thank you, Zelazo. That is probably what I was looking for. I didn't know the exact rule, but I knew there was something. I have enough trouble with English, let alone learning another language. Right. The Rebels are actually on the attack. They're not far from the Waratahs line. They've just won a penalty. If they can get some points here, that'd almost be a travesty to go into half time with the score either like 14-6 or 14-10. My Welsh is coming on after watching Welsh rugby commentary games on TV. BBC Alba used to have games on too in Gaelic. Again, man, it's just the exposure. I once asked a girl, when I was in China, I asked a Swedish girl, like, why all the Scandinavians had such good English. And she said kids watch cartoons, like popular cartoons from America or from the UK, and they don't dub them into Swedish. So if it's an American cartoon, it's just played in English. If it's a UK cartoon, it's just played in English. So kids, because there's not that many, I guess, homegrown Swedish TV shows, like in New Zealand, there's bugger all kids TV shows. We just watch imported stuff, like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or something. Oh, it's a yellow card. Brutal for the Tars, man. It's Ned Hannigan. But yeah, if you get exposed to it, you just start to pick it up. Your brain does amazing things like that. Jeez, this is tough on the Tars. They've not been under much pressure, and then they've already got a yellow card. Goodness me. Another line-out wall. Tars are struggling with this. This might be a penalty try because he looked like he pulled that down. No, he's going to give another advantage. Tars giving away plenty of penalties. Yeah, they are. You guys called the yellow card. Tamua may have gone over for a try, but yeah, TMO is going to have a look at something. Scandinavian schools also emphasize bilingualism as well. Yeah, probably even more so, eh? Probably more than just one language. There's the pass. No knock on there. He regathered it. Tamua hits the ball at pace. I just want to see the grounding. Here he comes. Is there a leg under that? Try, says Big Will. I also don't know. No, it looks like they've given it. Ah, man, they needed that. This is tough for the Tars, man. This doesn't reflect the way this game has been going. What's Samua's name? Oh, eh? Has it got a... No, there's a U in here. Toomua. Is that right? Where's the apostrophe go? The apostrophe goes up to the first one. Thank you, Leo. Notice how 2 cents ain't running Jack on the whiteboard. I've been bitten too many times by tries getting disallowed after I've written the bloody name up on the whiteboard. Not anymore. They can wait. Man, I do feel for the Tars a bit here, though. Son's girlfriend is Swedish and her English is perfect, but she sounds like an American and gets really pissed off when people tell her. It just would have been the media she was exposed to. You think Rugby Championship this year is still in New Zealand? Apparently Sam's optimistic. Yeah, there's still a bit of hesitancy, I think. I haven't seen any updates from the government, but when they announced we were going to get the Rugby Championship, we were essentially COVID-free. The only cases we had were in managed isolation. Now, we're still small numbers, but big tackle on a touch, Corabetti. There's regular community transmission. Today was like 10 cases. Previous day was like 9 cases. Like every day is like 10 cases, 5 cases, 8 cases. And they're actually lowering our lockdown levels despite the continued number of cases. So I get the feeling maybe the government's like, bro, we can't keep this lockdown thing going. The cases are still coming. It just feels that way. After seeing the game in the morning, did you keep the jersey on for the rest of the day? Did you wear the Glasgow top or change it after the game? I actually wore the Glasgow top all day. And I wore an Italy rugby jacket over the top of it. So, if anyone looked at my clothes, they would have been utterly confused. I don't have a Glasgow jacket, but I do have an Italy jacket. Tars lineup is not good enough last 2 weeks, says Joe. Might be right, man. They have had some struggles, which is surprising, seeing as that's supposed to be one of Rob Simmons' specialties, is organising a line-out with all those caps of his. Are all the cases Pacific Island dominant? I think the initial family that got it, they said, was out in South Auckland, so I think it's a Pacific Island family. But now it's all over the shop, man. It's some church in Mount Roskill. It's cases on the North Shore. Like, it's all over the shop. So, yeah. Single digits, I'm in Melbourne and we're triple digit cases minimum every day. Goodness me. Harrison's a sniper with that boot. That's true. Our cases in my city are on the rise, but it's mostly 18 to 25-year-olds that are all okay, just have a bad cold. Are all the cases stuck in Auckland? For the most part. There's been a couple of cases outside Auckland, but for the most part in Auckland, yeah. Good first half, yeah, it has been pretty good. Pretty quick. Western Australia, where Alaran is at, sounds like the place to be. 0 community cases. The troubling thing is they got no idea where it came from here in New Zealand. Like, we were free of it, and then they were just like, oh, this family got COVID. Well, like, where'd it come from? From somebody at the border? Like, nah. From the cold storage facility with all the imported food? Nope. Like, where? We don't know. My mate heard Pacific Island Dominant thought we were talking about the AB squad. Oh, damn. Nick White 9, James O'Connor 10, Lolosio 10. Western Australia had a good case to host the AFL final. Maybe we should host the Rugby Championship in Western Australia if you guys will let us in. Right, I really want to see these stats. Really want to see these stats. Yes, Michael Hooper's going to Japan. Thank you, ESPN. I know. Yes, Glasgow, Edinburgh. We watched it already. Right, here we go. Goodness me. Possession, 38-62 to the Waratahs. Territory, 68. Wait. 38-62 is the possession. 32-68 is the territory. That had my brain confused in a minute because the 3 and the 8, the 2 and the 8 swap sides. Who would you say is the greatest player of all time from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa? Goodness me, that's a hell of a question to think of on the spot. I mean, it's hard to say. In my generation, Dan Carter's a pretty all-round player, but Richie McCaw would have something to say about that, wouldn't he? Run meters, 87 to 145. That's in the Tars' favour. But yeah, that Tars line out, it is only operating at 77%, which is a bit poor. Okay, interesting halftime stat. Rebels are tackling at 92% for 65. The Tars are tackling at 100%. 17 from 17. Bloody hell. I guess nobody missed a tackle for that Rebels try, but he still managed to get over the line. $118 days till Christmas. Geez, that's a bit scary. Summer is on the way. Haircut, O'Connor, Tamua, Pataya, Harry Wilson. It's a good list of players. So many good 8s, man. You got Nasarani, you got Pete Samu, you got Harry Wilson. You got lots of guys competing for that spot. Favorite Springbok, Brian Habana. Good thing about him is he actually managed to stay good when he wasn't as quick as he used to be. Not everyone can do that. Some guys lose their pace and they just don't seem very good anymore. 100% tackles. Crazy. But they've only made 17. That's not many tackles for one half. When all the regular seasons are over, you're going to do a stats comparison between the leagues. I would like to. I'm currently doing stats collection for a different video. The problem is I'm having to do it very manually at the moment. Copy, paste into Excel, which sucks and takes ages. I tried to get one of my co-workers who knows some coding to like do it in Python, but she couldn't figure out how to do it. So I'm doing it manually, which sucks. What happened to Karevi? He buggered off to Japan, I think, and he's not eligible for the Wallabies because he hasn't played enough games for the Wallabies. Haylett Petty, I believe, is he injured or is he stuck in Victoria? I think Ross Haylett Petty is stuck in Victoria, can't get out due to lockdown, but I think Dane is just injured, but I could be mistaken. Remember when I looked up Habana when I didn't really know anything about rugby because someone compared his pace to Gareth Bale and I was pretty shocked. Wonder how Bale would fit into rugby. Bale's a pretty lean guy. I don't know how tall he is. Probably a good winger. It's pretty fleet of foot. I woke up at 5 a.m. so I thought I'd watch Hollywood. How's it going, man? 5 a.m. I know how that goes. I have children. Bale is 185 and 82 kilos. He would need to pack on some beef. 82 kilos. It's probably not going to fly, is it? For a guy that tall, he'd need to do some serious weights. Habana, hands down my favourite winger of all time. There's nothing not to like about him, eh? Yeah. Can't believe we're not discussing beer. This rugby talk is disconcerting. I know, man. Where's the long dong talk? The Taiwanese beer. Bale is the next Josh Adams for Welsh rugby. Yeah, he gets paid way too much to ever even think about switching to rugby. 82 kgs is light for a rugby player. I would say even Aaron Smith probably weighs more than that. Let's have a look. Aaron Smith, according to Wikipedia, weighs 83 kilos. And he's how short is he? Height. And he's 171. He's a lot shorter than Gareth Bale. Obviously a different skill set, 100%. Absolutely 100% different skill set. Has anyone found long dong outside of Taiwan? I have not managed to find it here. I looked, I asked the beer importing company. They never got back to me. I sent them an email. I was like, can you get me some long dong? Funnily enough, they never replied. How's Moiro going? He's been going all right. The Tars have had so much ball. It's yeah, it's been kind of easy going for them at the minute. But they haven't converted enough of their opportunities. Lomu, he certainly weighed more than 82 kilos. Assume Bale is Welsh. He will have played rugby at some point. He really's just a golfer these days and doesn't play much football. He's got enough money that he can probably retire many times over. He played rugby and football with Sam Warburton. How old is Bale? He must be getting on then. Faf de Klerk and Aaron Smith are shorter than me, but they're 15 kilos heavier than me. Rugby players have to pack on some beefage. What can I say? Warby played against Bale in footy before going to the same school. Nice. Moses Sorovi only weighs 77 kgs. Yeah, he's probably a bit lighter. Tuingamala was your favourite winger in both Union and League. Inga the winger. Yeah, man, he was the man back when I was a young fella. Was a bit of a soul-destroying one when he left for League as a kid. It's before rugby went pro. All the big-name guys started going to League, and that's when I started following League as a kid. Because it seemed like the right thing to do, man. It's where all the guys were going for the money. How do you think New Zealand would have reacted if they lost to France in 2011? Not well. Not well at all. No, let's not even go there, man. Surely no. No. We scraped through that one. Alright, halftime's almost done. Players are out. Inga played centre for Wigan. Oh, there you go. Thing I like about rugby is that I could wear a shirt that is really small on me, but I'll look legit because I could look like a prop. I'm sure props weren't all that impressed when the tight jerseys became a thing, to be honest. Second half's underway. Tars have still got another 4 minutes to play with a one fewer man. Not all about weight. I heard Gregan could squat more than the Fords. Yeah, I also heard... Which guy was it that could like bench press the most weight? It wasn't any of the Fords. It was one of the backs. Back in the days. Was it Cullen? Nah, maybe not. I'll get my brother in Singapore to buy me some long dong for the ale there, according to Google. See if you're allowed to ship it, man. Like, make sure you go through the official channels, because one Welsh guy tried to send me brains. Somebody else tried to send me the one that's on the Hawares pitch, and yeah, it never arrived. So I'm assuming customs got my beers. I think Kiwis would have rioted like PSG did after the Champions final lost. Hopefully not, but apparently that does studies that rates of domestic violence do go up when the All Blacks lose, which is a bit awful. It was Cullen. Okay. There you go. Cullen could bench press a lot of weight. 2015 final was a classic. I thought my Kiwi mate was going to throw up in the pub when Australia came back. His English wife just didn't get it. Fine to get beers from Singapore to Australia. Lucky. I envy you. Carlos Spencer could bench press a lot of weight for his size. I wouldn't doubt it. He still looks like he's in pretty good shape, to be fair. Nice to see your we adding the R. I'm confused. I played prop at 110 kgs, 5'9", but generally weighed 87 to 90 kgs. You need the meat on your frame, otherwise you get crushed in the scrums. There's a reason props are built like props. Shorter guys can often squat and bench heavy as they're basically lifting the weight a shorter distance. I think that makes sense. I seem to remember my really short mate used to be able to do millions of push-ups when I would struggle because I'm like 6'4". I'd do like 20 and I would be out. And he could do like 50 or something, or 100. He was probably pretty strong, to be fair. Here's trouble. Oh, Magnus threw on a really, really loose pass. They're coming back for advantage, though. The Rebels, I think, rushed that one a bit. You'd need to double your weight to play as a prop, and you're both the same height. Eat more beef. No, he was in touch anyway. And there's the Fijian prop who play sevens. Yep. That's also true. Yellow card is over. 15 on 15. From an outside perspective, it doesn't look very sportsmanlike to be fat. That's true. The Rebels have just scored. It's technically a 15 on 15 one, but that field position was all gained when it was with the extra man. This is a brutal one for the Tars, man, because they were so dominant that first half. It's a line out. They set a maul. Nasarani just comes in at the back as the thing splits and just goes off by himself. Good try, man. Very good effort. The rumor on the street now is that the Cheetahs and Kings are going to get sacked from the four South African teams, going to be replacing them in the Pro 14. If that happens, that's brutal for the Cheetahs especially. There's so many. I at least have done 3 videos about that topic. It's the story that just keeps on giving. Nobody knows what's going to happen with the future of those two teams. That kick has come around, so we are all square. $17 apiece. Good conversion. 11:15. It's beer time. Going to be a long day. Good man. Yeah, don't get in trouble with the wife flashing. Chris is right. We know you're prone to a bit of that. Happy wife. Okay. Chance for the Tars to hit back straight away. Oh, Nasarani becomes the villain. He didn't let that ball go. She's giving me the look, mate. That's not a good one. Oh, Magne's going off. Meeks is on. Robbie Abel's on. See if we can get that line out throw going, guys. Is there a future where South African rugby leaves Super Rugby but also doesn't move to the Pro 14? What would they do? Is there a better solution? I don't think there's enough money in the domestic game in South Africa either. So I think they want to get in with somebody else. If it's not going to be us, then it'll likely be with the Pro 14. That will be brutal if the Cheetahs and Kings get cut. But yeah, that one's still to go on. Kearns is so hard to listen to. Laurent, I know. I can kind of tune him out. I don't really listen to what he's saying. I more read what you guys are writing. Tars are 9 phases in. They are about 1 meter away. The Rebels' defense is going to have to be ironclad. 10 phases. Abel's short. 11 phases. Harry Johnson Holmes, he's going over. Oh, yeah. 12 phases. Harry Johnson Holmes is a good player, man. He used to be a loose head. Now he's tight head. That in itself is not an easy thing to switch. And he's just been, really good. Cheetahs don't deserve to be dropped. John, how's it going, man? They've always been an exciting team to watch in the Pro 14. They were the same in Super Rugby, man. They were unfortunate to get dropped from Super Rugby. Cheetahs at least made the knockout stages once in Super Rugby. I got up to see some good rugby. This game's actually been not too bad. Have the Tars just conceded a penalty? Goodness me, these sides just don't want to keep the lead, huh? Ed Sheeran grew a beard. Oh, Chris, I will never be able to unsee that. You bastard. I'll never be able to look at Harry Johnson Holmes the same way again. Oh, it's a maul. Here it comes. Oh, how the hell did Dempsey get his hands on it? I'm watching the game and it's about a minute behind because I'm watching KO. If I'm doing spoilers for you, bro, feel free to pause my YouTube video and just push play when we get to like the difference between me and you. So when the game clock comes back on, I'll read out what time it is, and if I'm ahead, just pause me until your one catches up. Right now it's 51:30. There you go. Line out just happened. Cheetahs deserve to be in the Pro 14 at home because they have a great shirt. Not many teams rock orange, it's true. Half the teams in the world seem to rock blue. I'm back. My cat wanted to play with some string. He's a pretty crazy cat. I'm thinking about something to compare children to cats, but maybe I shouldn't go there. Meeks with the cross kick. I saw the crowd on the other side, which is where the main camera is situated. There's a pretty good crowd, man. Has that been limited by like social distancing, or is that just a normal crowd? It's good now. I seem to have been caught up. It's only a few seconds behind. Okay. I know sometimes it goes really out of whack, so I don't want to be dropping spoilers. Big Tars scrum. Dempsey off the back of it. They need a good exit. Here comes Harrison. Outside the 22, pretty much. Oh, Deegan. Corabini's evading some tacklers. Tars certainly don't have 100% tackling anymore, but they've dropped the ball, the Rebels. Hannigan's got his hands on it. Maddox boots a ball. Hodge, put your big boot through that leather. Be on about. Just past halfway. Orange is my favourite colour, so I got that because the Cheetahs are your team. There you go. Now you've got me thinking about jersey colours and whether I should do a video about the most common jersey colour. I swear it's blue. It has to be blue. Waratahs are blue, the Rebels are blue, the Force are blue, the Blues are blue, the Highlanders are blue, the Stormers are blue. Blue. Lots of blue. Oh, somebody's down. Oh no, he's getting back up a Tupa. Okay, the Rebels have just been warned. Who's this ref? He's got a really intense look on his face. Like he's looking at you, but he's looking through you. And his mouth is kind of... I don't know, he looks like he's on something. I'm not saying that he's on something, he's just got a really intense look on his face. In New Zealand, all the away jerseys are blue, that's right. There are 4 blue jerseys in shot right now. Yeah, true. The Bulls are blue, that's true. Yeah, my shirt, the Rebels are dark blue. Edinburgh's dark blue. Bath have got blue. Leinster are blue. Racing 92 have got blue. Like, blue, man. What is it with blue? Is it just like an easy dye to make? Oh, bro, here we go. Walton with the try. Yeah, Walton is pumped. Look at that. Red is also very common. Yeah, I think blue and red would be probably the 2 most common colours. Hooper with the little inside ball. After he goes past Deegan. Too easy, man. The ref kind of looks intimidating, yeah. Griquas are blue. I did not know that. I've never seen the Griquas play. Man, this game is tries galore. I'm loving it. I need to sell Super Rugby AU to more people. I want the Rebels to sneak in, but they're slack tonight. Yeah, bro, I picked them and they are having a stinker. Is it exciting as the Glasgow game, though? Leo, I wasn't sure if you were still here. I think it is. I think we can confirm. Probably yes. Tars need a bonus point win to secure third. And they need a big score too, just in case it comes down to points for and against. Super Rugby AU screws up my Super Brew. Yeah. Watch the Curry Cup. I know, the Curry Cup's another one that's on at usually a pretty horrendous time. I've seen a couple of games of Curry Cup, like full games in my life. But not much. Who was that Stormers fullback? I'll need to look him up later. It just reminded me of the Mitre 10 Cup because there's a Stormers fullback who maybe he's a first five as well. And everybody hates him at the Stormers because they think he's rubbish. And he's alright at Super Rugby level. I quite liked him, but he's a bit of a risk-reward guy. But at Curry Cup level, he looked amazing. I saw him play one game and he left quite an impression, but apparently not enough an impression that I can remember his name. Maybe just pips the Glasgow game in terms of quality. Yeah, I think so. Just barely. Not Damien Willemser. I feel like his name's... Is it Jay something? Super late score looks fairly large, Jay. Bro, it's been a bit of a cracker, man, honestly. It's been all over the place. Stormers, J. SP Maria, that's right, not a J. SP Maria. Otto, you got it. You got it. Thank you, sir. That guy gets all kinds of grief from fans for being average or being inconsistent. But man, when I saw him play at Curry Cup level, he looked amazing. He was tearing it up. Tupaia is another one. Awesome for Waikato, exposed for the Chiefs. Yeah, sometimes the guys can't instantly take that step up. It takes them a while. Some guys just never take that step up. Who do you reckon is finishing on top of Super Rugby AU? I think it's the Brumbies, man. I think they're confirmed after last night's win. Simmons or Tamua to captain the Wallabies after Hooper. Who has Rennie usually had? He's a kind of a fan of co-captains, isn't he? He did that with the Chiefs. SP Maria isn't bad. Yeah, I never thought so. But honestly, I remember doing videos and mentioning him, and people, or I would check like the Stormers Facebook page, and people would just bag him for days, and I never understood it. Oh man, look at Jake Gordon. He is pumped if they've just won a penalty. Forced it well against the Brumbies. They did, man. They did. The big pony is on. He is. Let's hope he gets the ball. For a quiet Super Rugby player, Callaway was scary good at schoolboy level. I think, who's that Blues and Highlanders winger? Tavita Lee. I think Tavita Lee was amazing at like age group level as well. Oh, here we go. Korobidi. He's not going to have the gas. Oh, bro, did he get that down? Come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? I feel like the person jumping on his back may have actually pushed him over the line there. Come on. Always had co-captains, Glasgow, Purgos and Gray, and then Brown and Hogg, then Gibbons and Wilson. Right, he did the same thing at the Chiefs. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes co-captain with the Wallabies. Bro, what a try. He was covered by 3 defenders. There's no way. I think Hooper was one of them, and Hooper's got wheels for a flanker. No way he's getting a try there. 3 guys coming across. Plenty of time, plenty of time. Still, he's tackled 5 meters out and still manages to get over the line. Are you kidding me? Kearns has just said what I said. Don't know if it's a good thing that we're on the same wavelength, that Hooper jumping on and may have actually pushed him over. Bro, what a kick as well. Are you kidding me? This is a good game, JP. You're right, man. This is a cracker. Game on. Missing training as I have a cold. At least I can watch rugby instead. Makes sense, Leo, mate. Are they pretty strict on that at the moment, that if you've got any kind of cold, you gotta stay away? Grass must be very slippery if he's able to slow the match. Bro, he was tackled 5 meters out and he just kept going. Kicks are legit, yeah, for sure. The Metal Death, how's it going, man? When the TMO agrees with Big Will, life is good. This game's good, man. We've still got 15 minutes, 31-24. You still feel like the Tars are pretty solid favourites, but... Oh no, offside. That ref with that intense stare, he mentioned it. Next offside and you're gone. It's Matt Phillip. Oh no, it was a penalty for taking him in the air. Oh yeah. I thought we'd kind of, because he warned them. He warned them on 54 minutes. It's 10 minutes since then. So I don't know. How Tamua is doing anything within a decade of getting dumped by the GOAT. That is his ex-wife has been with. Bro, I do not know that story. What happened? This ref doesn't mess around. Yeah, it was kind of out of nowhere. This ref is a serial killer in another life. I know, like... They just put up the penalties on the chart as well. There's been penalties since that warning one, so... What did that one do that was so terrible? I don't know. I don't know. I am confused as you guys. So that's kind of put a dampener on this game. Oh, Moroa's gone close. The Tars are going to score here. 100%. Next phase. After Hannigan. It's not going to be Hannigan. Okay, the next phase. Can't even see the ball. The forwards aren't giving it. Harrison wants it. Here he goes. He gets it. Maddox. Held up. Held up. Nobody agrees with that yellow card. No try held up is what the ref has got the on-field call. I think that's held up. Can't see any ball on grass. 2 cents, you're supposed to be cheering for the Rebels. Ah, sorry, mate. Definitely held up. Definitely held up. What happens if the Rebels lose this game? I think they are still technically in with a chance, but I need to double check the table. Mateo says, you got a lot of jerseys, but who do you support? The Blues in Super Rugby are my main team. Them and the All Blacks, as I am from New Zealand. Matteo sounds like an Italian name. I do have an Italy jersey as well. Italy always has really nice jerseys, by the way. Really nice. Right, drop out because he was held up in goal. Remember, that's one of the new rules. So the Tars will run it back from halfway. And Fa'amusili is the man who is the one to tackle Jack Maddox. Good stuff. Who finances the Aussie teams is essential to their owners? I remember Michael Checker explaining how the teams are financed, and it seems to be a combination. That they get some money from Rugby Australia, but they also have to generate their own incomes as well, from memory, but I am certainly not the man to answer that question. I think the Force are pretty much bankrolled by one billionaire, and the Force have just, not the Force, the Rebels have just won a penalty. Hannigan's given that away. Your hands are on the ground before you won the ball. And you need a haircut. Don't you have 2 Super Rugby teams? Oh, yeah, the Canes as well. Right? What do you think of the new 50-22 law? I don't think it's made the difference they wanted it to make, man. I don't think it's worth doing. It's interesting to see it get a run, and there's been a few of them in the games, but not for me. Not for me. Rebels losing bonus point for this game and a bonus point win next week against the Force. Okay. Italy had great shirts until Macron took over. Bro, I like their World Cup shirt. It's nice. That blue. That blue. Who are you backing in North v South? I say North, but the squad I think South. Come on, Rebels. Come on. I think he said use it. Meeks. Oh, he's in touch. No, he kept it in. Good pass. Give it to Fa'amusili. I want to see him score a try. Don't like different rules in different countries. Yeah, it makes it confusing. But it's all experimental stuff, I think, at the moment. Is that... Nice, Irani's got a try. With a man in the bin. Are you shitting me? Come on. Man. Yes, I have the 2019 World Cup jersey. It's so good. I have that exact same jersey, Mateo. It's beautiful. Was Meeks in touch? I thought he was in touch when I first saw it, but anyway. This is brutal for the Tars. But man, what a try. Close game now. Yeah. With a man in the bin. Exactly, Red. Exactly. Don't have enough space. Oh, he's missed the conversion. I'll moonwalk around the lounge room if that's a try. Keep moonwalking, man. Keep moonwalking. Take pictures. Get the missus to film that. Dude was out. I thought so as well. Oh, yeah. What can you say? To be fair, that Italian blue is hard to mess up. I really want to witness a 15-man line-out. You sometimes see that kind of stuff in Barbar's games. Michael Hooper wants a pilfer. Oh. Exit play. Oh, charge down. Oh, this is it. Harrison's going to get the try. Oh, brutal. Deegan charged down, but I think it was Hooper. He looks pretty pumped. Don't choke now, Rebels, Big Will said. Well, whoops, they weren't reading that one. What happens in the playoffs for this competition? The first team, the Brumbies, who've already qualified top, they host the grand final. And the second and third place teams will have like a playoff game to see who plays them in the final. So, yeah. Fourth and fifth are out. Second and third play a playoff. And the top team is the automatic qualifier. And there goes Super Bruce Elleran. You and me both, bro. Rebels. I said don't choke, Big Will. They thought you said choke. They got that one wrong. And this game does have it all, Hollywood. It's been a right cracking game. Goodness me. 38 points. Met a lot of Wallabies at Suncorp day before Oliver, Argentina. Australia won 16-10. A lot of the guys had injuries from the South Africa game. Yeah, what does that tell you about the way the South African guys are playing? Moonlight says, so hard working. I do like live streaming with beers. What can I say? Sometimes it means I miss out on doing other things that I'd also like to be doing, but hey, what can I say? It's rugby stuff. 2 cents curse is back. Just because I'm wearing the Rebels jersey, man. Time, Lucas. The game clock is at 76:10. Tamua is lining up a shot. I think they said the Rebels need a losing bonus point. He's nailed it. Iceman is right. (32-38). It means they're actually outscoring. Oh, was that after the yellow card already finished? I was going to say they're outscoring the Tars during the yellow card. Oh, Big Will, man. Too kind. Great live stream, 2 cents, even though the Rebels didn't listen to my advice. I'm sure there's a gag from The Simpsons about that. Something about where you say something and they do the exact opposite, but anyway. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. I hope your missus is not giving you any death stares tonight. Thank you, mate. Will you cover the top 14 when the season starts? I think I will probably be a bit stretched thin to do the top 14. I've been dipping my toes in the water of the Pro 14 and the Premiership, which is new for me. And the Champions Cup will be back. I think that's probably where I'll leave it for now. Surely most of the audience for the top 14 is French anyway and wouldn't understand a word I'm saying. Does the missus watch rugby? No. No, she doesn't. She knows Damien McKenzie. She knows Bowden Barrett. I think that's about it. She probably knows Dan Carter. Basically, whoever's a goal kicker. She knows the goal kickers. She knows Michael Hooper, and she gives him a bit of grief about his appearance. Right, we got just over 2 minutes to go. Have I tried your challenge, Tian? It was on my mind the other day. Picking an uncapped international team. I haven't done it yet, man. My day job's been busy, and I have one other video that I'm getting ready, but it's taken me bloody ages to extract all the stats. Top 14 starts next week, and it's a new season, eh? New season for the top 14, because they called the other seasons quit. Or called the other season quits. What's the missus' thoughts on Good Hugh's mullets? I don't think she's seen him. I don't think she would be a fan. Sinbin, good morning, mate. Or like hello from like 10:55 in the evening. One more try. Come on, the Rebels. They're not going to get me within the margin point. I pick Rebels by 7. So I'm stuffed, but I might get the match point if they can get close. Can't wait for your stud to get back on the field. Are you talking Stade Francais? Weren't they bottom of the table for last season? 30 seconds to go. This game has been good, man. Pretty happy. Not happy with the appearance of that 3. Oh, Stade Toulouse. Yeah. Stade Francais is a joke here, you're right. There's too many studs over there, man. Toulouse are bloody good. What can I say? Oh, Ataza got a penalty. And Fa'amusili wants a piece of the action. Of course he does. I love it. Bro, he's a legend. He wants a piece of him. You want to go? I'm sure that's probably what he said. I think the Tars are gonna keep playing. They want to deny the Rebels the bonus point. Stade just means stadium in French, yeah, I guess. Walk away from Pune, mate. Yeah, you don't want to mess with that guy. Right, Tars win their line-out ball. They're on halfway. Hooper's going down the right wing. He's put a kick through. Carbidi's just gonna... Are you serious? Reese Hodge is probably the smart one here to run it out. Great game, man. Great game. Oh, that was a cracker. Reese Hodge finally some sense. Yeah, man. Game time, Zelazzo, it's over. It's just finished. So the Waratahs are in third on 19 points. I don't think that's going to be enough, eh? If the Rebels win next week by 4 points, then I think they're through, if I'm reading that table correctly. That's it, isn't it? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm about to do a review video on this. I'm assuming it's based on points differential, right? They're currently 3 points behind the Tars. As long as they beat the Force and have a 4-point winning margin or more, then they should win it. And Fa'amusili has calmed down a bit. And it's all handshakes now. Whew. Yes. Quite a game. Quite a game. Alaran says, excellent, cooked dinner, watched rugby, and listened to the live stream. Good, man. Yeah, it was a good one. That was a really good one. Pretty chuffed with that one. Entertainment all round. Good beer, good company, good rugby. What can we say? All right, everybody. That's what he's saying. The Tars need a bonus point. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't get it. They got the win, but it's probably not going to be enough. Rebels need to win by 5 points. Okay. Hopefully they should do that. Anyway, you guys all take care. I'm going to get up tomorrow morning to watch Ulster and Leinster go at it. Hopefully that'll be a good game. I think for you guys in Europe, that's an evening game. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys then. Otherwise, yeah. I'll see you again for another one soon. Take care, everybody. And see you for the next one. Cheers, guys.